Welcome back to another episode of the Ministry of Truth. I am your only host on this show. I'll always be your only host on this show. Well, I'll be the main host. I might have some co-hosts, or not, but for the most part, it's my show. I'll be here for it. Friday, got to get down with Friday, and we're going to do a little bit of different stuff. Same stuff, different stuff, but it's Friday. A little bit of news, some serious stuff, and then we're going to get the retards of society. Because you know we love retards of society. But before we get started, it's time for a little throwback to the 80s. Some of you are going to be like, well, I don't know why you're playing this. But you can get upset all you fucking want. Because I'm going to play it. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, go get your coffees, go get your bagels, go get whatever you guys eat at lunchtime. Let's get into the first song and only song of the day. Because Tom McDonald. What up, short bus? Oh no. Oh no, what was that? Come on. Come on.
So what's up?
That motherfucker told me right.
Your word is mine. Okay, you're right. Just show your face. Broad daylight. I'm telling you on how I feel. Gonna catch your mind. Don't you dare jump on. Jump on. Get on me. Alright.
Gonna ride this
I'm giving you on count three. Just show your stuff or let it be. I'm telling you, just watch your mouth. I know your game, what you're about. When they say the sky's the limit, to me this really true. My friend, you have seen nothing. There's a way to I get through because I'm bad. I'm bad. Jump on. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. Jump on.
Friday, motherfuckers, get moved.
Who's bad? The word is out. You're doing wrong. Won't lock you up for too long. No lying eyes won't tell you right. So listen up. Don't make a fight. Your talk is cheap. You're not a man. You're throwing stones at your hands.
What's up,
When they say
Yeti?
the sky's the limit, to me this really do. My friend, you have seen nothing. Just a way to I get through because I'm bad. I'm bad. Jump on. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. You know. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know. And I hope I'm not the answer right now to tell you once again who's bad.
That's why I went live. Now he's going to pull all the other. Who's bad? That's the right color. You know. Who's bad? Look, it's Wesley Snipes. Who's bad? How about that? A little bit of a throwback to the 80s. And you know what? Somebody's going to say something. Can you believe he's playing Michael Jackson? We should cancel him. Good. Because if you think Short Bus's sense of humor is morbid, well, it's coming. Thank you. Because you know what? Humor is the best medicine, right? And when you're put in certain situations like life or death, your humor gets morbid. So prepare to be offended, because I already know a lot of you fuckers out there are thin-skinned. You can't make certain jokes. You know, sexist, harassment. Fuck you. But you know what? Maybe that's why I liked my culture in the Army. We weren't pussies when it came to jokes. And you'd think we were racist, but we're not. One big brotherhood. Well, you know, anyway, let's not do serious shit today, because I don't really feel like doing serious shit today.
Now and
Speaking of serious shit, how many of you know about Alcatraz? Alcatraz. Did you know it's a concentration camp? I didn't know it was a concentration camp. I mean, not to mention, were those concentration camps back in WW2, were they real concentration camps? Sounds like 6 million's kind of a made-up number. Oh, anyway.
Rise today to shine light on a moral atrocity going on in my home state of Florida. An immigrant internment camp that Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, and his administration have propped up in the middle of an abandoned airfield deep in the Florida Everglades.
people who are suffering right now, people who cannot pay their mortgage, people who have been separated from their families, people who are sitting in deportation camps, concentration camps, foreign and domestic, those people do not.
None of those people that you said in those concentration camps, foreign and domestic. First of all, I'd like to know where this concentration camp that's not foreign at. You talking about Cuba? That was used for terrorists. And now it's being held for the worst of the worst. But nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers Cuba. But they remember CCOT.
I want to see people. Honestly, wish they were more offended by the action of this administration.
They want more people behind bars. They want to incarcerate more people, and they want to ethnically cleanse this country of certain types of immigrants. They're not going for every person here that's undocumented, because when I was in that internment camp in the Everglades, I didn't see any Europeans who overstayed their visa. I saw nothing but Latino men and Haitian men. And as we look at these operations going around the country, they are targeting.
But you notice what he did say? He said they were men. Men? You mean like military-aged males? Come on.
Specific types of people, and it's the type of people that look like me.
Conditions that we saw inside.
they're deporting a lot of people that look like me. The thing is, they look like me because my eyes aren't that slanted. You know? I was confused for a beaner for many, many decades. It's okay. It's okay. You know how many women got with me because they thought I was Mexican? And then they're like, oh, you're Filipino? Ooh, even more exotic. Oh, can I talk about that? Am I going to get canceled next? Oh, I made a sexual innuendo.
This internment camp, which it is nothing less than that description. They essentially drink, they get their drinking water and they brush their teeth where they poop in the same unit. They bragged that...
I brush my teeth within feet of, well, not feet, maybe 4 feet from my toilet. Okay. Carry on.
They went above standards, supposedly, and gave them a 3-foot privacy wall that stretches the length inside the 32 detainee cage. A 3-foot privacy wall that stretches the length of the 3 toilets.
Talking about freedom and liberty inside this internment camp. This is what they have dubbed as immigration policy.
Internment camps.
I'm tired of all these motherfuckers, niggers, Jews, kikes, and all that stuff saying, it's an internment camp. It's inhumane. It's this, it's that. I'm going to tell you right now. At least their toilets are inside a building. There's plenty of room within those cells and those cages. Plenty of room. Now, like I said, think of 6 rows of cots with 1.5 feet between them to side, and maybe 2 feet foot to head. Down that entire tent. And then when you want to go shit or piss, you have to go outside this tent and walk about 25, 35 feet to a porta potty that are cleaned once a week. Once a week. I don't know about you, but an infantry company is like 100 and something people. Those shits fill up quick. There's times where our porta potties were so full, you'd be shitting on top of shit, on top of shit, on top of shit. We had to go in, well, when I had to go in there and take a shit, I had to make sure I had something to cover my fucking nose. Because it smelled that bad. Imagine all that ammonia, all that shit just sitting there festering in the summer heat. The summer. It ain't cold in Iraq during the summer. Let me tell you. That shit ain't cold. Why do you think I hate going outside in the summer? Well, not to mention I start looking more like a Mexican and might get deported. So if they think that shit's inhumane, I've got no sympathy. I really don't. Go fuck yourselves.
We're being sent to places like South Sudan and El Salvador. We have the cruelty right in front of us.
Since the country has learned about this internment camp,
nice. About this time of year, because there's no more gangs. Because Biden took them all.
And protests against it have happened in Florida and all across the country. Companies whose food trucks had been seen coming and going from the site have made public apologies.
Chief of Staff for Policy and Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Is there an internment camp in the Everglades, Miller?
There is an ICE facility that provides a far superior level of housing and accommodation than is available to millions of Americans who are living in Section 8 housing and other low-income areas of our own blighted cities, like Baltimore, like Detroit, like Chicago? How many Americans are living in abominable conditions compared to the pristine conditions of our ICE facilities and our Border Patrol facilities? Look, at every turn, illegal aliens have always been treated better than Americans. The difference is, in this administration, they're getting a ticket out of America so that we can take care of our own people.
Bro, just talking about those fucking living conditions in Iraq makes me fester. Just kind of like the shit and it was. Oh. That's also where, as the medics, we invented this game. Here comes the fucking pussies now. So, we called this game Heat Stroke. Our aid station was maybe like 25 feet from a porta potty, a row of porta potties. So, imagine we're a bunch of grown men in a combat zone with very limited females. And they're like, fuck. There's only really one way, unless you're a faggot, to, get your, your frustrations, your stress taken out. So we invented heat stroke. And what heat stroke was, if you realized at any time during the middle of the day, between 12 and 3, you had to take your core temperature, right? Before you went out to the porta potty. So you take your core temperature, you write it down. You go out to the porta potty, you fucking jerk it until you bust a nut. And then you come in and you take your core temp again. Right? Whoever the biggest differential won. Right? Oh, dude. That joke is in poor taste. It's not a joke. That's not a joke. We actually did it.
Now, let's go to the next part. Last night, we're at the boardroom till 11 o'clock at night with some interesting people who are connected on the political side, and we're having conversation. I'm like, hey, one of the guys that was there, I said, what's up with this Epstein stuff? Why is he not letting this go? You screwed up. You had a fumble, but you're not letting it go. You keep bringing it back up. There is not a single person that's bringing more attention to the Epstein than Trump. Not
tell you the stories I can tell you that would happened over there were nuts.
One. No, and there isn't anybody that's bringing more attention to this than him, okay? And then he comes out yesterday.
All right. This is a good one. Sit in my aid station, and one of the better-looking females from the support company comes in, one of the lieutenants. She's like, hey, I have a problem. It's like, oh, all right, cool. What's up, ma'am? I got stung. Oh, okay. She's like, can you see if it's stinger still in it? Sure, why not? Take her into the treatment room, thinking it's in your arm or something. She drops her shorts, and it's in her butt. And I'm like, oh, right. Pulled out the stinger, and we got so much closer after that. Glad I never did it, though, because she also came in there for other stuff later in the deployment. I dodged a bullet with that one.
And he calls
sometimes being a medic's great. You know when it's not? When a dude has fucking warts all over his penis and you gotta freeze him. Freeze him. So you're holding his dick in one hand and you get this little spray can. It's got a Q-tip on the end that fills up with nitrogen, and you have to sit it on there on the wart for a certain amount of time, and then you go to the next one. Shh. And this dude, I swear to God, I don't know how the fuck he had so many warts on his dick, but it seemed like I was in there holding his dick for like 45 minutes. And I'm like, listen, dude, if you get fucking hard, I'm punching you right in the mouth. He didn't get hard, so I'm glad I didn't have to punch him in the mouth. That's the kind of shit. And you know what? It wasn't gay. It's not gay. It's only gay if you cry. Remember that. Write that down.
MAGA-based stupid people and gullible weaklings over Epstein files. Rob, I don't know if you have this clip or not. The radical left Democrats have hit, is that the one or no?
This is his Truth Social post, and then he commented as well. I have the videos.
Do you have the video? Play the video first of stupid people. because I want to know the strategy behind saying something like this. Go ahead, Rob.
All this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him, and it's a bad group.
He's saying Comey and Wray have been running on Epstein.
He's doing his, the 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax that's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net, and so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good
Republicans, right? As soon as he, said that, I felt the libertarian, the constitutionalist in me coming back. And I'm like, this fucking Republican piece of shit.
For nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort. Instead of talking about the great achievements we've had.
Pause it right there, Rob. Okay. So, Tom, one end, resume.
I can't remember if it's him or I was watching another influencer and they're talking about it being a hoax. And I think they were saying the hoax is that the Democrats are outraged over this list and want it out. He thinks that's the hoax. But we'll find out because Pam Bondi supposedly is supposed to release some stuff today. Again, and it'll probably be phase 2 binder. And this time it'll be a thick-ass binder, right? And in the pages will be construction paper saying, fuck you, got you again, fuck you. And about into page 312, there really is going to be the evidence. But you're going to get to fuck you to like 25th page and be like, you know what, fuck this. Smart. A
lot of victories. On this end, Epstein, he's not letting it go. Now he's calling stupid people. I've not heard a strategy where you call your customers stupid or you call your voter base stupid. How do you process
I call patients stupid.
Well, I have trouble with it. I have trouble with the word stupid and hoax. So it was not a hoax when Southern District in New York, in cooperation with Florida authorities, found 22 girls that were in the original indictment. We're talking about the Epstein's Florida indictment,
which was in the early 2000s. It has nothing to do with Russia,
correct?
Comey, none of that bullshit that he's talking about.
But it was girls going to the island, girls here, things that happened, and it was all there. And then a prosecutor dropped it down to one charge of solicitation, and then like solicitation with intent. The whole thing was dropped down, stuck in a drawer. But the data was there, the evidence was there, all of that was there. So that part was not a hoax. You take a look at The Crown, England. They were upset with Prince Andrew. The picture was real. The encounter was real. Things that happened with there. That was not.
Apparently Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it fucking go, you communist phone? You son of a bitch. Apparently Johnson & Johnson's baby powder causes cancer, has cancerous material in it. And you know what I've been putting on my balls for the past 20-something years? 30 years? Because it gets sweaty and you put powder on your balls after you shower. Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. I wonder if I can get what's that thing that they do with all these things? Like, have you been affected by the drinking water in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina? Were you in Fort Bragg, which is nowhere near Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, at this time, anytime during the years of 1912 and 2053? You may be entitled to compensation. Please call this number at your earliest convenience. 1-800, you're fucked.
Not a hoax. He was over there with Epstein and Virginia Giuffre, and that's happened. That's not a hoax. So it's not a hoax. It's not like the Steele dossier that was a pack of paper that was proved to be fraudulently written and it was a hoax. You've got all these things that have happened. So I have a problem with the word hoax. You know, you could say overplayed, overblown. You can say a lot of things, but hoax. But then, you know, calling people stupid, they're not stupid. They want answers. They want to know about JFK. They want to know about RFK Sr. They want to know about MLK. You know, did we, through intelligence agencies, FBI,
and I think what people are like getting away with this, nobody really cared about Epstein. The Epstein didn't kill himself was just a phrase to keep him in everyone's mind because of his list. This client list that doesn't or does exist. That's what people care about, is the people on that client list. The people starring in those videos. The people on the island. Not the people that took his plane. Because not all planes went over to fucking Little St. John. But the ones that did. Repeated visitors. We want to know about them. Because, you know, we know what's went on that island. A bunch of barbecues, allegedly. Oh, wait. I forgot my disclaimer. Anything said in this video from start to finish is all satire. It's all satire, YouTube. I don't mean anything I say because it's satire. Ha ha. Ha ha, this is funny. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program.
have a hand in doing things to our own, and then, yes, they want to know what the hell is going on with Epstein. And then to say you're all dumb and you're falling for a hoax, I don't know if that's how you energize your base or you get the base to move in a certain direction.
How do you process it?
Well, listen.
Let's go, Vinny.
All the loser and all that stuff, we've been hearing that talk. But to say I don't want your support anymore.
I've been here fairly close to me, like 2 feet away from me.
Very, very.
Losers.
There's a lot of losers around here.
Losers, stupid people. Yeah, but yeah.
Right in this
I'm
area.
sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Not
you.
so much here.
Yeah.
Not so much here.
But
right here.
Yeah.
Loserville.
What a shitty thing to say. Like, people like us, people like me, people like you, people like Tom, that have been ride or die with this guy for 10 years, through all the smear jobs, all the witch hunt, all the hit pieces, Russia collusion, Hillary's bullshit, impeachment 1, impeachment 2, fake indictments, lawfare, COVID, all the jab mandates, all that. People lost everything. We lost jobs. We lost families. People died. People were censored, blacklisted just for saying his name. I was in California, guys. I was in the belly of the beast, of the biggest Trump-hating, red hat, punching people in the face, that whole thing. I'm not taking away from him. He's the president. He's gone through a ridiculous journey, including getting shot in the head, okay? All right? We were in the trenches with you, okay? And now what? Because we're questioning one thing. Jeffrey Epstein, suddenly we're the enemy. We're the losers. We're the idiots. Look away. Shut up. It's Russia collusion. That's horse shit. Okay? This Epstein's been going on since early 2000s. What? Maybe even the 90s he was doing this perverted stuff. You don't get to do that. I'm sorry. And everybody always thinks that we're always on the Trump train and we don't have any criticism. I'm sorry, bro. You don't do that shit. You don't spit in our faces.
Crazy?
Everything that we've been through.
When you sit and think about it, I think Trump said it the other day that the Democrats, whenever something like this happens, they stick together. They get behind, like, let's say if this was Joe Biden, they would stick together. They would say he's not lost a step. They would say that he was always there. He never used the auto pen. Even though it's obvious that he was fucking declining and he was pretty much a zombie at the end. But when you get somebody like Donald Trump who's got an ego, you know there's people that are already halfway against him. A lot of people didn't want to vote for him, but like I said, it's the cabinet, the people he had around him. That's what got him elected. That's where the people got elected. So I guess those are the ones that are stupid.
I've lost not only friendships, I've lost family members I don't even talk to anymore because of this shit. And then you're going to come out and tell us, like, I don't need your support, I don't need you. Okay, have that attitude. And you're going to see it make these people lose. 2006, the midterms, you're going to lose that type of freaking support and anybody attached to his name. If Eric tries to run, if Anybody with the Trump name 2028 tries to run, this is going to be hanging over the head because now the trust is lost. Okay, we're the
you
idiot.
think it's going to hurt the entire last name?
100%. And I'm going to be this guy, Pat. We cannot let this shit go. I'm actually happy. I'm happy. I know people are probably like, we're tired of it. Move on. We're on. What's today? Thursday. I'm so happy that we're still talking about
We're
this.
only talking about it because he's talking about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So guess what? And I'm sorry. Shut up about it. You should have just said, guys, it's done. It's over. But it's getting back to the root, Pat. Getting back to the root. What changed? What happened? Something shifted. There wasn't all of a sudden, no, you guys are idiots, shut up.
I have an idea.
I have one too, and I think the majority of the people know
what do you
what
think it is?
I don't know, because the relationship.
I know what it is. What is it? I don't know.
No, I mean, there's,
let me do this.
there's so many layers to it, but I'm starting to piece everything together, and it's like something shifted. All of a sudden, this relationship, Bibi, all this goes back to me, to Bibi and Israel and Mossad, because Trump was going.
There it is.
I'm just.
Go ahead.
Adam.
No,
I'm sorry.
Keep going.
Connecting the dots makes me that guy. It's like
I don't
everything.
think that's the case. I think that's one of the
main things.
I think it's one of handful of things. I don't think that's the main one.
So what would you think is?
I think it's one of a handful of things. Here's Rogan, by the way. You want to play the clip with Rogan? Here's what Joe had to say about the deal with Epstein.
They've got videotape, and all of a sudden they don't. You know, you got the director of the FBI on this show saying there's no if there was, nothing you're looking for is on those tapes. Like, what? Why did they say there was thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible shit? Why did they say that?
Right.
Didn't Pam Bondi say that?
What, are you talking about Epstein or Diddy?
Yeah, Epstein.
Yeah, she said it literally, I think, a week before you had the FBI.
So you're hearing now this conversation being all over the place. Kevin Spacey's coming out saying, "Release the files." Alan Dershowitz, "Release the files." All this stuff that
These
released.
motherfuckers are on
Speaker
the file.
Johnson was. Is this the one about him talking about Epstein?
Yes, sir.
He had a different position he was taking here. Go ahead and play this clip.
I'm for transparency. We're intellectually consistent in this. We look. Reagan used to tell us we should trust the American people. I believe in that principle. I know President Trump does as well, and I trust him. I mean, he put together a team of his choosing, and they're doing a great job. It's a very delicate subject, but we should put everything out there and let the people decide it. I mean, the White House and the White House team are privy to facts that I don't know.
That's right.
This isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that. But I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. And
you can pause.
Pam Bondi.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's to the point that everybody is being forced to talk about it. Byron Donalds was asked about it yesterday. Everybody is being asked about it. You don't have a choice but being asked about it. But do you remember who was somebody that came to the White House that offered the president something that's never happened before, to go to UK? And do you remember that entire exchange when Starmer was in the White House, Rob? And he's saying, we want to extend an invitation for you to come to, and Trump's reaction to it?
Bro, what if he is? And that's why certain people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Blackburn, all these people are like, yeah, we want to see it. What if that was to get Vance as the president? What if? It's just a what if.
I remember the meeting, but I don't remember.
This is such a big deal. You know, we've never done this before. This is the first time we're extending this invitation for you to come. You don't remember this? This is when he visited and he extended an invite. I'm surprised you guys don't remember this. He hands him an envelope. Okay, he hands him an envelope. This must have been in February. Yeah, that's it. He hands him an envelope and he says, "We're extending an invite for you to come to UK to allow you to experience something that no president has ever experienced before." Is this when he takes the envelope out? Press play?
Yep.
Yeah, this is it. Press
It is
play.
my pleasure to bring from His Majesty the King a letter. He sends his best wishes and his regards, of
Yo, this shit's weird.
but he also asked me to bear this letter and bring it to you. So can I present the letter from the King to you?
Thank you very much. Am I supposed to read it right now?
Yeah, please do.
What do I do with this letter?
I will do.
I've got to tell him what your reaction
Well,
is,
he's
so
a-
I need to know. I need to know.
He is a great gentleman. A great, great gentleman. Oh, that's wow.
I thought you were going to read it out loud.
That is really nice. I must make sure his signature's on that. Otherwise, it's not quite as meaningful. It is, and that's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've known him, gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph.
Yes, so this is a letter from His Majesty the King.
Yes, we know.
It's an invitation for a second state visit. This is really special. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented.
Okay. Stay with me.
Weird.
The King invitation.
It's real weird.
Never happened before. U.S. president. Who has been the most famous name on the Epstein list?
Prince Andrew.
And what is he linked to?
He's the king's little brother.
He's the king's,
Bingo. And who is extending that invite? And who encouraged him to do it? And who's most worried about the reputation of the royal family over there?
The king.
Who more than the king?
The brother.
The brother, I get that. But the mother, the family.
The late Queen was irate and stuck Andrew in hiding for 6 months.
Yeah, his punishment for pedophilia was you can't speak in public.
That's right. But let me tell you, the reputation of the family is on the line.
100%.
Okay.
Known as the crown.
That's right. So, to me, Trump is sitting there, and he is getting these bigger opportunities because he's now pursuing history. And pursuing history, he is being asked by others. I think there's a part of it that's blackmail. That's the Mossad part, Israel. I think there's a part of it that's a exchange of a favor. Make this go away. We will do something with you and bring you to UK that's never been done before. The legacy part, there are links to founding fathers are originally from where? Founding fathers fought what?
The tyranny of King George.
The tyranny of King George. So he is this is his way to be linked back to find a way to have an upper on George Washington. There's some legacy stuff that's on the line here for me. So if they're saying, hey,
this is kind of weird.
Willing to do this, exchange, this has got to go away. Our son, no problem. Let me get to work. Let me see what I can do. That's another pure speculation on the link with UK. The Mossad part, I mean, anybody that says you don't know, you never know. Dude, the guy's girl accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell's father is Robert Maxwell.
Oh, my God. His ties with Mossad are insane.
His ties with media
and
companies
founding
and
Israel.
Mossad, it's just documented. It's not that it's not. And by the way, the Epstein stuff is very weird. Remember about a month ago, I was wearing this hat?
No.
And I said, this is officially my top 3 favorite hat.
Just a little weird. And then this came out, I believe, last night or this morning. So we're going to go over this. And I guess Trump is tired of hearing all the people talking. And he's like, you know what? Do it. Do it.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. We are witnessing breaking news history. Right now, the President of the United States has ordered the Attorney General to turn over and release to the public all available Jeffrey Epstein evidence and testimony, witness testimony that they currently have. President Trump says he's going to put an end to the Democrat scam right now. And most importantly, Pam Bondi has responded and given a date when this will be done, and you will not
I
believe
posted this on my gram last night.
It is a victory brought to you by audiences like this one. I want to take a very quick moment and thank you. It is audiences like this, a channel like this, that never gave up on this issue, has been like a dog with a bone for the last 10 years on this issue, demanding justice against the predators, demanding truth, and not looking back and not bending the knee and not apologizing and going into the halls of power like we just did this week with the Speaker of the House, speaking to the most powerful people on this planet about this issue.
You know what's crazy when you think about it? This was a form of protest that didn't involve actually going out in person. If you think about it, we were protesting the release of this client list. We were protesting it because we think Trump was holding it back. And not one brick was thrown. Not one person stood on a line. Not one person stood when went, we need this list. Think about that. I just thought that.
Never relented. We have never changed our tune, and we have always asked for the truth. And we may well get it because of the laws of thermodynamics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, man. And that is what's happening right now. The Wall Street Journal and their insufferable
the Wall Street Journal is
journalists
fucked up.
have been
Big
buzzing
time.
around D.C. and insufferable press circles. Snooty reporters have been whispering in TV.
That's why all this happened, because Wall Street Journal released a fucking lie that Trump wrote a letter to Epstein on his birthday. I totally forgot that. That's what happened last night.
President Trump will be taken down by this article on your screen. They just published it about
This is what I woke up to.
It says Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him bawdy letters for his 50th birthday. One was from Trump. Oh, really? Show us. Well, they can't. They're not in the entire article. Do they have a photo of the letter? They don't have anything actually about the letter except for what seems to be a fake typewritten on a typewriter poem that Donald Trump writes to Jeffrey Epstein. What? Using language that Trump would never use, and a hand-painted silhouette, Renaissance illustration of a naked woman.
And they didn't even post a fucking picture of this.
With Trump's signature on it. People are roasting this thing. People are, Donald, look at read a couple sentences from this poem that Trump allegedly wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. A pal is a wonderful thing. May every day be another wonderful secret. Shut up. How stupid do you think we are? The memes, by the way, I'm howling at the memes. I'm howling. This is the meme. This is effectively what the Wall Street Journal says that Donald Trump did. This is it. This is what the Wall Street Journal says that Donald Trump sent Jeffrey Epstein one of these for his birthday. Got it? Isn't she hot? Hot, Jeffrey? God, it really sounds like Donald Trump. Everybody out saying this article is a gift, unsubstantiated garbage by Never Trump News Organization. Hopefully the administration will mock it, but they've done even more. J.D. Vance, by the way, coming out very strong seconds afterwards. Forgive my language, but this is complete bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed of publishing it. Where's the letter? Why would you be shocked to learn something that you never showed us? They never showed us the letter. Does anybody honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump now? Something's very interesting about this. When you read it, the writers admit that they got this from the DOJ. Oh, interesting. The Justice Department documents.
Really?
The president's past relationship with Epstein and sensitive moment. Justice Department documents is where they actually examined this. These are among the documents examined by the Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago. Huh. So are you getting actual leaks from inside the Justice Department? Is this the hoax that we've been hearing about and Donald Trump couldn't explain it to us so we didn't actually get it? Is this what's going on? Is this the hoax? Are people selectively leaking pieces of information, whether it's real or not, just selectively leaking just to hurt Trump? Yes, now we have that confirmed by the Wall Street Journal in their own hand. We have thousands of hours of Trump talking on camera, and he's never once sounded like a gay Twilight character. That's right. This is the dumbest attempt at a hit piece I've ever seen, says Megyn Kelly. Trump doesn't talk like that, and this was several years before Epstein was originally arrested. Even if Trump did wish him a happy birthday, Jeffrey Epstein was not charged or arrested with anything.
I've heard rumors about this letter being released. I think Megyn Kelly. And then lo and behold, a couple hours later, apparently Trump told him not to do it.
the year 2002. Wall Street Journal presenting their Trump toppling Epstein story. And everyone's like, yeah, what the hell is this? Well, President Trump went on Truth Social and went on an absolute rampage against Rupert Murdoch. So let's start with this.
in charge of
and then the follow-up is just bombshell. Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch personally were warned directly by President Donald J. Trump that the supposed letter they printed about Epstein was fake. And if they print it, they'll be sued. Mr. Murdoch stated that he would take care of it, but obviously he didn't have the power to do so. The editor of the Wall Street Journal, Emma Tucker is her name, was told directly by Carolyn Levitt and by President Trump that the letter was fake, and Emma Tucker didn't want to hear that. Instead, they're going with a false, malicious, defamatory story. Anyway, President Trump will be suing the Wall Street Journal.
Well, if this is true, I mean, what can we say? The letter's not true. If we find out they misled the media, the people again, that's no longer news. That's a tabloid. Legacy media is becoming a tabloid.
News Corp and Mr. Murdoch. Shortly, the press has to learn to be truthful and not to rely on sources that probably don't even exist. President Trump has already beaten George Stephanopoulos, 60 Minutes, CBS, and others. That's a matter of fact. And he looks forward to suing and holding accountable the Wall Street Journal. Disgusting, filthy rag, President Trump says. And writing defamatory lies like this show their desperation to remain relevant. If there were any truth to the Epstein hoax as it pertains to President Trump, this information would have been revealed by Comey, Brennan, Crooked Hillary, and other radical left lunatics. It certainly would not have sat in a file waiting for Trump.
And that's where it makes. Forgot about that. They could have used it against him for years, since 2015. But they didn't. Why? Even when the laptop story came out, why didn't they use? Well, they couldn't use that because they'd covered it up. What's up, Dominique? But think about it. It makes sense that if they had it, they would release it. But at the same time, if he was on it and they didn't release it, why? Why? Barry?
To have won 3 elections. This is yet another example of fake news. Now I understand why Trump calls this a hoax, right? This is why I understand. And now I get it, right? So like little pieces of information are being leaked by people who worked at the DOJ, maybe stole stuff from the DOJ, maybe they created or fabricated things at the DOJ, whatever. That's what the Wall Street Journal says was happening. And now the boom.
Try Bud Dry.
Based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I have asked Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval. This is the scam perpetuated by Democrats, and it should end right now.
There we go.
President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. So Donald Trump is asked for these grand jury transcripts. Let's go. Everybody's celebrating this. No more amateur hour, says Cernovich. I'll walk the DOJ through this. You effed up badly enough already. Why mince words? Time to do this right. So here's the post. President Trump officially requesting that the jury testimony and the grand jury testimony, so effectively the evidence, get released, subject to court approval. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And Pam Bondi saying that she's ready to go. Now, I want to begin by saying this is important because this is exactly what we've been saying for weeks on this subject. Our sources told us exactly where all this evidence exists, and exists at the DOJ, not at the FBI, at the DOJ. The DOJ prosecuted these cases, and there's active appeals going on and multiple civil cases going on against Epstein. So this is, of course, where the evidence lies. DOJ is.
How dare you say that, Gomez? Shh, you're never supposed to say anything bad about Israel. They might cancel you. They might put you in jail. Can't believe you would say that, Gomez. Fuck those Zionists.
Always been the logjam here, and maybe they've been holding on to it for this moment. I don't know. But this has vindicated all of our reporting. It's also vindicated our reporting because we told you that the logjam was breaking.
Oh, you're fucking.
Our sources told us that there's going to be major movement on this, either in the form of a special counsel or far more disclosures. President Trump has ordered Pam Bondi to get the relevant Epstein grand jury testimony released by the court. Pam Bondi says that she will ask the court tomorrow. This is why it is so important to speak up. Carolyn Levitt posting it, Dan Scavino posting it, the White House posting the commentary, Harrison Fields, everybody pointing to it and saying, here we go. Anna Paulina Luna saying, now the real question, will any reporters finally cover the FBI destruction of Epstein evidence under the former deputy director of the FBI during the Biden administration? To get Dan Scavino posting that this is a karma moment.
Actually, let me see if it's
certainly.
No, because Trump would have put a link on it on his truth already.
Now will reporters reach out regarding the FBI destruction of Epstein evidence?
It might be Gomez, because I type Israel
Maybe
a
I'll have
lot.
to follow up on that. An obvious conclusion from the Wall Street Journal hit piece is that Trump's signature was either forged or placed into a document without his permission or knowledge. Truly incredible that the Wall Street Journal ran this story. I hope and expect that this will find the first of several steps in letting the public know what actually happened. Folks, keep the pressure on.
See?
It's working. We want all the files. If President Trump was guilty of anything regarding Jeffrey Epstein, Democrats would have used it against him for the past 4 years. The same Democrats are feigning outrage over pedophiles and defend drag queen story time and naked men dancing in front of children at pride parades. Democrats, spare us your fake outrage. This is the right course of action. Good. So everyone coalescing now. Everyone's back. The team is back. Congratulations on hanging tough and having the president back. There you go.
Until,
ladies and gentlemen,
the testimony gets released.
It's really happening. Pam Bondi says that she will do
and
it
then
tomorrow.
JD Vance becomes the
Will
president.
we get the documents tomorrow? I'm not sure. We're going to move tomorrow to unseal
If
the
it's
grand jury
Article
transcripts.
25
Says
or
Attorney General Pam
26.
Bondi. Well, there it is. There it is. It feels so good to be right. It feels so many haters and so many black pillars, and it feels so freaking good.
It could go, guys.
Oh man, a lot of work, and we're gonna keep going. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel, a channel of truth, and a channel that actually gets.
So I really would love to to know when that shit's coming out. And which grand jury are we talking about? The one from his previous case, or the last one? Because which one? I think both would matter, but we kind of already have the documents from the first one. You know, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, he was in them. If this could destabilize the whole world if you think about it. World leaders, very influential people, all of a sudden they're going to become the target. Can't escape justice. Well, you can't escape justice if you're an illegal immigrant in the United States. I mean, we're coming to get you. We're coming to get you. And then those Republicans want to offer soft fucking amnesty. I'm not doing that. All right.
Able to land these jokes and the lack thereof, and correct and overcome some adversity in such a hostile environment.
That only white men?
No, but it is straight men. He's straight men humor.
Straight guys.
Yeah.
You know, straight guys.
What's exactly a straight guy humor? A lot of straight guy humor involves gay jokes. You guys know that, right? And look at this cunt. Wasn't she married to a comedian who also did blackface in segments with her? Look it up.
We're always funny.
A straight woman, and I
Not
think
all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
The best
When
audience.
when I was a kid, they were
Why they
always
signed
funny.
that
They
crypto
were
thing.
always funny, but you know,
Gomez.
Well, we're
I guess
talking
white
about,
guys have changed.
We're talking about Don Rick. Well, she's talking about Don Rickles and George
Yeah,
Carlin.
I'm talking about
George Carlin.
You know,
Yes.
these
Very
are
funny.
straight white guys, and you know, I guess when
Have you not listened to George Carlin? Have you not listened to his humor? You might not like it. Whoopi, Joy, whatever the other chick's name is, because it doesn't really matter.
you know how to do the material, you can make it work.
Yeah.
You can make it work without it being offensive and terrible.
You know,
So,
she's a
what do I know?
fine-ass
I'm
Iranian.
used to be.
No, he's
We'll
going.
be
Anybody that speaks on stage, anybody that tells jokes on stage, you know
the Republic.
that it's very difficult to perform when you have a crowd that's not on your side. It's easy to go to a Trump
I
rally.
just wanted to show you that. So we can go straight into the whole thing. Now, this is on ESPN, so I don't know if they're going to be like, you can't play this. And if it does that, well, we'll go from there, because I kind of have a backup plan, and I just thought of another one in the back of my brain. Anyway, so this humor. Let me. Humor comes in all forms. Humor is made to make people laugh. It's made to offend people. And when people get offended, people laugh. Humor comes in like all forms. There's light humor. There's gay humor. Kidnapping humor. There's male humor, military humor. And I told you, if you got offended by some of the shit that's happened recently, or if you're offended by, comedians like this one, oh man, you guys have no idea how much material I hold back. 90% mostly is what I hold back. It can get brutal. It can get brutal. And maybe it's time for that.
Please welcome your host, Shane Gillis.
Like I said, maybe 50% of the military is racist, but 100% of it is racist.
Hello. Welcome to the 2025 ESPYs. I'm so excited to be here in front of so many amazing athletes. World champion Freddie Freeman is here. Give it up for Freddie. Yeah. WNBA legend Deanna Taurasi is here. Give it up for her. My bad on that.
I remember her when she was playing.
SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now
King
everybody
Koopa.
sitting around him is in foul trouble. Megan Rapinoe could not make it tonight. Nice. No, we're going to pretend she's a good time. All right. John Jones and Nate Diaz are here. Hell yeah. I had a couple drinks with those guys last night at the hotel, and it was terrifying. Donald Trump wants to stage a UFC fight on the White House lawn. The last time he staged a fight in D.C., Mike Pence almost died. All right. No, you don't have to do that. It was fine. I didn't write it. Actually, there was supposed to be an Epstein joke here,
There it
but I just got deleted. Must have probably deleted itself, right? Probably never existed, actually. Let's move on as a country and ignore that. The New York Knicks had a great season. Yeah, hell yeah. Karl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl. Max Crosby is here. Max, I hope you had a good Juneteenth, brother. Well, that guy's weird. Four-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players.
People actually got offended by that one.
That's crazy. You clap for that. Simone Biles is here. Yeah, hell yeah. It's not bad. Simone Biles is 4'8" and has 7 gold medals. She's short and has a lot of gold. When she's not competing, she leads a quiet life at the base of a rainbow. It's a leprechaun joke. If you tell Simone a riddle and she can't answer it, she has to give you all of her gold medals. That was the best one. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to.
You can't make jokes about an Olympic gold medalist, black female. Oh, who kept the secret herself that teammates were getting molested. She didn't say anything.
Host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver.
Not to mention, she did quit on Team USA.
Because Joe thinks he's an. Actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien.
Here it comes.
And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. Wait, you boot up there, dude. Shut up. Aaron Rodgers did not take the vaccine because he predicted it would be bad for him. And then he joined the New York Jets. So maybe he wasn't right about everything. Shador Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism, right? All right. It's a big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
Oh no, he's talking about, women's looks. Never had below a 7. I got to be picky. I did. Oops. I can't say that, can I?
There you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious. We'll see about this one. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women.
I can see it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones? Yeah. What are you, nut jobs over there? Hell yeah. Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope his interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions, pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime.
Oh, somebody get offended by that? Somebody get offended by that? Aww.
They do. They read The Very Horny Caterpillar.
And?
The Little Engine That Could But Needed a Pill First. And of course, the classic Goodnight Boobs. That was my favorite one. Also, I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old and people are criticizing him? What happened to this country? We used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls.
It's crazy, isn't it? Oh no, the age difference is too big. Is it though? Is it, though? Pretty sure you're fans of a lot of people who have... How many of you love Leonardo DiCaprio? Do you watch his movies? He stops dating women after they turn 26. The older he gets, and they stay the same age. You watched that movie as a kid? Are you offended by that movie now? Are you offended by the movie Blazing Saddles that you laughed at as a kid? I didn't ask you, Dominic. Didn't ask you. Alright. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Someone will get offended. I won't get offended. Well, I might, depending on what the joke is and how poor taste it is. Anyway, Dominic, which movie are you talking about? I mentioned two. Two? The one with the first black sheriff? Blazing Saddles, a great movie. My kids saw Blazing Saddles when they were kids. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Now they have a sense of humor and they can't get offended real easy. Oh, it doesn't really matter, Dominic. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. Matthew McConaughey. Hey, where are we going in this? Where are we going with this? Do you know? It doesn't matter. Let's continue.
Being a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife.
Like I said, I never gone below a 7. And you think I was gonna marry up in the high 9s? You were wrong. If I can get 7s consistently, of course I'm gonna marry a 9. Right? But never a 10. Because 10s, they're full of themselves. 10s are full of themselves. 9s? 9s can be submissive. Just saying. Oh, can I not say that? Is that a sexuality joke?
They let me do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I was at we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week. Actually, it was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at go Irish. I was at the Eagles game, the Super Bowl when they won, and it was not go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah. But I was down there. I'm just gonna tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. It was halftime of the game, and we looked up, and you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting in the suite, like at the 50-yard line. You couldn't see him, but you could see like his silhouette. You know what I mean? He was just. Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump knows ball? It's like a weird thing where they're like, man, he loves sport. He doesn't know anything about sports.
Damn right.
Every time a team comes and visits the White House, he's like.
That's not. Well, can't you really say I'm arrogant per se? But people did say I was egotistical a lot. But that's just being a medic. Being a medic, you gotta think you're God. Oh, maybe that's where it came from. I picked the right job. Perfect for me. Perfect for me. Where were we going with this, Dominique? I totally forgot. Let's continue.
And you must be the guy who catches. It's like, look at these guys, big guys, black guys. And that's just when the New York Liberty visited. They didn't visit. That's just a joke.
That's not the joke. That's not the joke. Those who don't know, he just called every woman on the New York Liberty, which is all women, men. Ha 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 ha. It actually is funny if you get it.
But but it was halftime and we looked up and we saw Trump. I was with my buddy and I was like, we should just sneak up there and try to meet him. And we did. We got into his suite, which turns out it's pretty easy to get access to Donald Trump, which is probably why he keeps getting shot all the time. We just got right in there. But we're in there. He doesn't know who I am, but there's a line of people and he's just shaking hands with everybody. And I was at the end of the line. But also I took a picture with him and I posted it and people got upset about that. What the hell? He's the president. If Osama bin Laden was in the suite, I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy. All right. But he's shaking hands with everybody, and it's very funny.
So, hold on. When you said, you know, if you're doing Osama bin Laden, he'd be like, yeah. If it was Osama bin Laden in real life, I'd be like, yeah, because that motherfucker was short. Like, I don't know if he was Dominique short, but he was pretty fucking short.
Trump does this thing whenever he meets somebody for the first time, even if he doesn't know him, he gives him like a crazy compliment. It's kind of nice. Like he got to the guy next to me and he was like, look at you, you're beautiful. And then he got to me and he was like, look at you, you're huge. And I was like, thank you, Mr. President. But he shook my hand, he stood next to me. So I'm just, you know, I was at the end of the line, so there's no one else for him to shake hands with. So he's just standing next. I got to hear him breathe for like a minute.
Funny story time. So I just got into a new unit. This new platoon of medics, they heard things about me. And it was things that made the unit I just left, they loved me, right? I was like, God, Oh, that's where I got the name Jesus, by the way. And they knew I was coming over, and they're like, yeah, this guy, he's going to be what we need. So, you know, I walk in to this first day, and shaking a couple hands, get to this dude, goddamn, you're fat. We'll fix that. And then, you know, I observe stuff, and then I give my greeting, and I said, first off, I don't like fat people. And if you're fat, you should be worried. That set the tone. That set the tone for the kind of leader I was. I was motherfucking God. Should have been president.
Just standing next to me, just. And then his daughter, Ivanka, walked over to us, which, by the way, so hot. She walked over, and it was halftime of the Super Bowl. I was hammered. I was like, hello. Your dad just said I was huge. So now it's me, Trump, and Ivanka. They're not talking to me, obviously, but I can overhear what they're saying. And Trump goes, Ivanka, how would you like to meet the president of soccer? And sure enough, the president of FIFA soccer was also in the suite with us. He was getting like nachos. And Donald Trump just looks at him and goes, ew. And the guy put his plate down and walked straight to us. And then Donald Trump didn't even look at him. He just kept talking to his daughter and he goes, this is the president of soccer. And they gave us the World Cup and they did that because of me. And then he walked out of the room. It was just me and the president of FIFA looking at each other like, that was crazy. All right, that was a dumb thing to say. It was crazy. That was crazy, being in that room. It's crazy to be in this room with so many legends. You guys are awesome. Oscar Robertson, that's awesome. Sugar Ray Leonard's here. Hell yeah. Sugar Ray, you're the man, but in 10 years, Jake Paul is going to try to knock you out, so take it easy. There's one thing I want to say before I get out of here, and this is a dumb joke. You guys aren't gonna like it, but it's just a Norm Macdonald joke that I loved when he hosted the ESPYs, and I'm gonna do it now. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case they can take that away from you. Well.
Well, humor that's offensive makes it so much better, to be honest. That's what humor's supposed to do. It makes you laugh by watching people get offended. That's what it does. And that's the best humor, to be honest. Right? Right? Because I told you what happened when I walked into the unit and told you how I called them all fat. True story. But the way I presented it made you laugh. Did it not? I guess not. That's how my brain works. Or sometimes it can go in real left field, and then way off into right field. And then there's a lot of foul balls. Let me tell you what, there's a lot of foul balls. What are you saying no for? You need to speed up your replies. I have no idea what you're talking about now. Like, it's way off. Well, that's how the chat works a lot. Like, y'all will type something, I'll read it. I don't remember what I was going to say. Exactly. Oh, yeah, I'll say something, right? And then, like, maybe 10, 15 seconds later, you guys respond to something I said that I've already forgotten about. And I'm like, oh. You just call me Jesus Christ? See, even you're calling me Christ. And to be honest, ever make an atheist call you God? I didn't know it was possible. But it is. It is. She said it many, many, many times. I'm just saying. I made an atheist say God. Quite a bit. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? You know! And that's what makes it funny. You know? For fuck's sake. Doc's back. Doc's back. Just saying. Because it's funny. Say something about me. I'll be like, God damn it. But in reality, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. You don't like me? Oh, fucking well. You know what happens when I turn off this live? I go back to playing video games. I go back to hanging out with my wife when she gets off from work. Hang out with my kids. Petting my dog. Petting my cats. And whatever it is I fucking do, because I don't really plan on doing shit. It just flows. I go with what the day brings me. Brings me. And now we're here. And you're here with me. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. By the way, that age gap, 40 to 27, I've done worse. Longer. But I was actually the younger one. Just saying. I was legal, though. Barely. But I was legal. You're legal if you graduate high school, right? Well, at least back in Alabama, it was legal. I'm going to shut up now. Anyway, it's different when it's a male, right? Because it's not really looked upon down. If the man's older, a lot more people get upset. I'm just saying. But if the woman's older, I'm just saying. We locker room talk. Hell yeah! You fuck Jerry's mom? My man, my nigga. Ooh. Even if we were 16, 17. You know, I don't know. Different times, different place to grow up, different level of thin skin, thick skin, purple skin. Speaking of purple skin, so when I was teaching my classes on airways, I'm like, you know they're choking and they're not breathing if you come up to them and their face is blue. And then I would go, however, the only other time that wouldn't be blue, that they're choking and they're not dead yet, is that they would be purple. And they're like, what do you mean? Black people turn purple. Oh. And if you think it's a lie, I can prove you wrong. Just saying. I'm not telling you how to think because, well, now you guys know this is about to be a whole fucked up level that you thought you'd never seen before. However, there's certain things we still keep off the table. And 9 times out of 10, it's children. Everything else, it's pretty much on, game on. Anyway, but that's not why you come here. That's why I only have one person listening. I'm probably going to get maybe half a dozen dislikes, but that's great. That means you're offended. That means I'm happy. But I'm just telling y'all to think. I don't know how that segued in because normally I segue it in pretty well. You know what? Good Friday. And get jiggy with it? Is that what the cool kids say now? No. Let's go get twist? No. Let's get fucked up. Oh no, that's my generation. Let's meet on Discord! Discord!